If you're replacing your HVAC system, you've probably run into terms like single stage, two stage, variable speed, inverter-driven, and modulating. These terms can make it sound like HVAC manufacturers invented a whole new language just to confuse us. Then you start getting quotes and discover one system might cost several thousands of dollars more than another, which naturally leads to the question, what am I actually paying for? And why does any of this matter? So in this video, I'm going to break down what each type of system is, why it matters for you, and how to help you make the best decision for your home. Hi, I'm Dr. Toya, co-owner of the General Heating and Air, and every week I make videos to help you make better decisions for your home and save a little bit of time doing research about your HVAC system. So if you find that helpful, make sure you subscribe so you never miss a video. The good news is that the difference between these systems is much easier to understand than you may think. At the highest level, it all comes down to one thing: how much the system can adjust its output. A single-stage system is either on or off. A two-stage system has a lower setting and a higher setting, 2 stages. And a variable speed system can continuously adjust this output across a wide range. And that's really the foundation of the entire conversation. One way to think about it is like driving a vehicle. A single stage is like having only one speed wherever you're going. A two-stage system gives you a slower speed and a faster speed. A variable speed system allows you to speed up and slow down evenly, making small adjustments to your speed as the conditions change or as you want to go a different speed. The more operating levels a system has, the more precisely it can respond to what your home actually needs. So let's start with single-stage systems. A single-stage HVAC system has one operating speed, full power. When your thermostat calls for cooling, the system turns on at 100%. When the thermostat reaches the temperature you've selected, it turns off completely. And that's how residential HVAC systems have worked for decades. And many homeowners still choose them today. They usually have the lowest upfront costs, they are familiar to a lot of people, but the trade-off is that they tend to cycle on and off more frequently, which can create large temperature swings and more noticeable starts and stops, and less consistent comfort throughout the home. And each of those starts and stops uses a lot of energy, so you may see higher energy bills. A two-stage system adds another operating level. Most of the time, it runs on a lower setting and only shifts to full output when the weather demands it. Because it spends more time running at a lower capacity, you may notice a steadier temperature, quieter operation, and better humidity control. For a lot of families, a two-stage system ends up being the sweet spot between comfort and cost. A variable speed system takes that concept even further. Instead of having one or two operating levels, they can continuously adjust their output. If your home only needs a little bit of cooling, the system runs low. As conditions change, it makes small adjustments throughout the day. Because of this, the house feels more comfortable, temperatures stay more consistent, and humidity feels better controlled. And the system is much more quiet. Now, because we live in Houston, humidity deserves its own conversation. One of the biggest reasons homeowners move beyond single-stage equipment isn't usually temperature, it's moisture. You've probably been in a home that says it's 72 degrees on the thermostat, but it still feels sticky and muggy. And that's because comfort isn't just about temperature. Air conditioners also remove moisture from the air, and the longer they run, the more opportunities they have to do that. A single-stage system tends to run on shorter cycles, so it runs for a shorter time. Two stages run a little bit longer, but variable speeds run very long. And that's why Houston area homeowners may notice meaningful differences in humidity control between these categories. Another question we hear often is, which system is the most reliable? The truth is, there isn't a clear answer. Reliability really depends on installation quality, maintenance, operating conditions, and manufacturer quality. A well-installed single-stage system can last a very long time, and so can a well-installed variable speed system. What you may be wondering, though, is a slightly different question. Which system costs more to repair? And that's where things start to change. As equipment becomes more advanced, it gains more sensors, control boards, really fancy equipment, and those parts are responsible for many of the comfort and efficiency upgrades that you may enjoy, but it's also typically more expensive to replace and repair. During the warranty period, that often isn't a major issue because many of those parts are covered. But once the warranty expires, however, repair costs can become more significant. Now, that doesn't mean that a variable speed system is a bad choice. It just means that it's part of the ownership conversation alongside the comfort and efficiency. Speaking of efficiency, many homeowners want to know which system saves the most money on energy bills. The first thing to note is that the biggest efficiency gain often comes from just replacing an older system. If you're replacing equipment that is 15 or 20 years old, almost any modern system is likely to reduce your energy use. Beyond that, variable speed systems deliver the highest efficiency generally, followed by two-stage, then single-stage systems. The exact savings depend on other factors that affect your system and your home, your ductwork, insulation, and of course, the energy rates that you have. So which system should you choose? There is no universal winner. The right choice depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If budget is your primary concern and you're satisfied with traditional HVAC performance, a single-stage system might be the right fit. If you're looking for better comfort and humidity control without stepping all the way into premium equipment, a two-stage system may make the most sense. And if comfort, quiet operation, and humidity control are your highest priorities, and you plan to stay in your home for a long time, a variable speed system may be worth the investment. At the end of the day, the best HVAC system isn't the one with the most technology or the highest cost. It's the one that fits your home, your comfort expectations, your budget, and how long you plan to stay in your home. If you're comparing quotes and you're not sure which option makes sense for your home, we are happy to help. You can schedule a complimentary system estimate and we'll walk you through your options and help you understand what actually fits your goals. I'm Dr. Toya with the General Heating and Air. Don't forget to subscribe so you get more videos like this every week, and thank you for watching.